Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we re-diving deep into one of the most debated questions from Avengers. Endgame. Why did the Gamora from 2014 survive Iron Man's snap? If you've ever scratched your head wondering how she was spared while Thanos and his entire army turned to dust, you're in the right place. The answer is more profound than you might think, and it all comes down to the fundamental difference between Thanos' snap and Tony's snap. So, let's set the scene. It's the climax of Endgame. Tony Stark, in a heroic final act, wrestles the Infinity Stones from Thanos, snaps his fingers, and utters those iconic words, "I am Iron Man." In an instant, Thanos, his massive fleet, and his entire army of Chitauri Outriders, and the Black Order disintegrate into dust. But amidst the vanishing hordes, one figure remains: Gamora. Not our Gamora, the one who died on Vormir, but the Gamora from 2014 who traveled to the future with her father. She stands there, confused and alone, before quietly slipping away. This has puzzled fans for years. If Tony's snap was meant to wipe out Thanos and his forces, why was she exempt? To understand this, we first need to look back at Thanos' snap in Infinity War. The Mad Titan's goal was random, indiscriminate. He wanted to wipe out 50% of all life across the universe to restore balance. His snap wasn't personal. It was a cosmic roll of the dice. It didn't matter who you were, what side you were on, or what you had done. Your fate was left to pure chance. That's why we lost heroes and villains alike. The snap was governed by a cold, universal principle. Now, let's contrast that with Tony Stark's snap. Tony's goal was completely different. He wasn't trying to rebalance the universe or enact some grand philosophical plan. His snap was a targeted, strategic strike. It was a surgical operation with a very specific, singular purpose: to end the immediate threat posed by Thanos and his invading army. When Tony wielded the power of the Infinity Stones, his intent was crystal clear. It wasn't about wiping out half of anything. It was about Thanos and his army. This is the crucial distinction. The Infinity Stones, especially when all six are united, don't just act on their own. They respond to the will and intent of the user. Think of it like a cosmic search engine. Thanos typed in "erased half of all life." Tony, on the other hand, typed in something much more specific: "erase Thanos and everyone fighting for him in this battle." The stones executed that command precisely. So, where does that leave Gamora? At the moment of the snap, was she still part of Thanos' army? The answer is a definitive no. Her entire arc during the final battle of Endgame is about her defection. From the moment she learned about her future self's fate and saw Nebula's memories, she turned against her father. She actively fought alongside the Avengers. Remember that powerful scene where she stands side by side with the present-day Nebula? She chose a new side. She fought against Thanos' forces, not for them. When Tony Stark made his snap, the Infinity Stones, guided by his focused intention, assessed everyone on the battlefield. They saw Thanos, the Black Order, and the legions of aliens as Thanos' army. But when they got to Gamora, they saw someone who had switched her allegiance. She was no longer fighting for Thanos' cause. In that critical moment, she was an enemy of Thanos, just like Captain America, Thor, and all the other heroes. Her heart and her actions had already removed her from the enemy combatant list that Tony's snap was targeting, some might argue, but she was still technically part of the 2014 army that time-traveled to the present. While that's true in terms of her origin, the power of the Infinity Gauntlet seems to operate on a more metaphysical level. It doesn't just look at your past or where you came from. It looks at your present state, your intent, your allegiance. Her soul, in that moment, was not aligned with Thanos. She had chosen freedom. She had chosen to fight for the universe, not conquer it. This is what makes her survival so poetic. It wasn't a plot hole or an oversight. It was the direct consequence of her character's growth and her pivotal choice. Her survival is a testament to her free will. Even though she was raised by Thanos to be a living weapon, her spirit was never truly broken. She found the strength to defy him, and in the end, that very defiance is what saved her. The writers of Endgame, Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, have confirmed this interpretation. They've explained that Tony willed the gauntlet to remove Thanos' army, and by that point, Gamora was no longer part of that army. She was actively fighting against them. So, the magic of the gauntlet, for lack of a better term, knew she wasn't a threat and spared her. It's a beautiful piece of storytelling that reinforces the themes of choice and redemption that are so central to the entire Infinity Saga. So, what happened to her after the snap? We see her looking on as Tony is mourned, and then she disappears. Her whereabouts are currently unknown in the MCU. A major plot point that was central to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. She is a woman out of time, without her friends, without her history, and with a future she never chose. She didn't know the Guardians, she had no memory of her love for Peter Quill, and she was left to forge a new path for herself. This forgotten soul of time, spared by an act of heroism, became one of the most compelling loose threads leading into the next phase of the cosmic MCU. In conclusion, Gamora survived because Tony's snap was not random. It was a precise, intention-driven act designed to eliminate a specific threat. By turning against her father and fighting alongside the heroes, Gamora changed her own fate. She ceased to be a part of Thanos' army in the eyes of the universe and the Infinity Stones. It has a fantastic detail that rewards close attention and adds another layer of depth to the incredible climax of Avengers Endgame. What do you all think? Does this explanation clear things up for you? Are there any other lingering Endgame questions you'd like me to tackle? Let me know down in the comments. I love reading your theories and discussions. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.